What's up, everybody? Rick Denham here, Holy Moly Outdoors. Welcome back to another episode as we dive right into soft bead rigging for steelhead and my favorite way to put these things together. And I'm going to show you a trick on how you can quickly change colors without the need for a threading needle or any other things. Just the hooks that you have in front of you. So we're going to go through how to put this all together, but I also want to showcase a couple companies worth of products that are really worth mentioning. I've been using these soft beads from Cleardrift Floats as well as Xfactor Tackle since day one and have a lot of confidence and success with them, as you saw in the video there. So just want to kind of showcase a little bit. They both have their own unique ways of colors and patterns, so they definitely are worth checking out. I will have everything in the link description below, so please check them out as they support us. Definitely worth supporting them as well. So we're going to dive right into showcasing you this rigging. It's very simple and it only has a couple pieces in front of you that you need, and we'll start first off by looking at the hooks themselves. I've spent a lot of time on the water testing different hooks, and these owner mosquitoes are the ones that I continue to come back to and use. They're sticky sharp and they flat out work. So why fix what's not broke, right? So I start with a good hook, then I got my fluorocarbon line for the leader. Now this is a new company that I've been working with. It's called Lyn, and any fluorocarbon works though. This one I, again, will link in the description. Then you're going to need your bobber stops and a micro sequin. Now you can find the sequins at your local craft store. You can find them online. But that rubber bobber stop is important because that is going to be your bumper for your soft bead to sit with the sequin on. Now that sequin is even more so important because it prevents that soft bead from pulling through, and it will always stay at the set depth. So I really like that 2 to 3 finger depth, and we're going to actually open up a package of those size 2 hooks. Yes, size 2 and number 4 are the sizes I prefer for fishing soft beads, and usually I'm running number 2s unless I go down to a super small size like an 8 mil or 6 mil. But you'll take a roughly about 18 inches of your fluorocarbon line off. I got my little Boomerang tool for cutting, and then you got your size 2 hook. Now we're going to do a simple egg loop knot, which I really feel is the best way to go about securing your bead leaders because it allows for versatility to use later if you want. You can always add bait, you can add other items to that, and we can cover it in another video, but this is a simplified bait loop knot. I will do a specific up close video so you can see it in person. You can also look it up on YouTube, lots out there. But straight about 8 or 9 wraps on the first go around, and then you can see here I'm doing some crossover wraps on the back end, 3 or 4 of them, and you're done. Now the important thing with fluorocarbon though, you need to have that line wet, whether it's saliva or dipped in water, to allow that fluorocarbon to cinch tight without burning itself. It will do that, and you could lose a big fish because of it. So something to keep in mind, but having a good tool will help get all of your tag end cut off there, and that's important because then you won't rip the soft bead as we dive into the next piece. So you now have your bead leader tied up. You're gonna have to get your bobber stop. Now what's nice about these little rubber egg bobber stops is that they have that little wire loop that they're on. Makes it really easy to thread on. You put it up the line, and then from there you can see you're just going to push the little rubber egg up the metal loop and then slowly pull to transfer it over to the fluorocarbon. You can see as it's starting to migrate over, and with enough force it will move. Now what I like to do there is just move it into position, which usually takes about your mild pressure to pull it across that line. Now this is 12-pound test fluorocarbon. You can preset your length that you're hoping to have on that spacing, but you can always adjust it as well. Then you're going to need your little micro sequin, And I want to have on these with the cup face of the sequin facing up towards the main line. This means that when you slide down a soft bead, it is specifically going to sit and rest into that sequin versus the other way. And you can see right there, that's essentially the full rig. It's so easy to do, makes it super simple. And then what I end up doing is I have a stack of those together, and I have them on my leader feeder that I just pull off with just the bobber stop. You can see there's a ton of colors of those beads from Xfactor Tackle, molted as well as the solid colors. They are deadly effective. In the video footage you saw at the beginning, that was one of the solid colors that I was using. And so here's our trick, right? I don't have a bait threader at all, but I got my hook. If you take your soft bead, you can thread the hook point through the middle of the soft bead. Now what's awesome about this, as you will see, is you pull that soft bead through and the hook point comes out. You want to keep it center, and that hook point has a barb, unless you pinch it, but this is a brand new hook, so there is a barb there. You can go to the end of your tag line. You can then maneuver that tag line to where it's resting up against that barb. Then you will sit and push the soft bead back up the line, and you're essentially doing what you did with that bobber stop. You're creating a way to pinch point and pull that hook point back through the soft bead to create a threading tool. And all you're doing with that is just using your hook. So you can now change colors. You can do a lot of awesome things with just a simple 1-knot tie. And then you just saw there, I put a little saliva on the line so that soft bead will slide all the way down to the sequin, and you have it resting exactly where you need it. Now you can set up your exact spacing you like. 2 or 3 finger width is perfect. This is a 14 millimeter soft bead, and it works great for a lot of conditions you will face. The other one here is a dead peach imitation of a dead egg with that center dot in the hot glow pink. So one's from Xfactor Tackle, the other Cleardrift Floats. Soft beads are so effective, and they're definitely worth trying out this year. There you have it, everybody. Rigging up and changing colors with just a hook for soft beads. Super effective. If you guys want to see more steelhead footage, check out this playlist right here. We dive into a lot of it, and right now, float fishing is one of my favorites. You cannot go wrong. Thanks again for watching. Tight lines, and as always, fish on!